Hi, I'm Jake. I make RPG supplements and videos about Pathfinder 2, or PF2. I love PF2. And I want to talk about 2 animal companions and a familiar, but it just feels wrong to not tell you about the other animal companions that are in Shining Kingdom, so I gotta do that first. Alright, fine. So I'm going to be talking about my not favorite animal companions of Shining Kingdoms first, and then I'll get to my favorite ones. If you want to skip right to the familiar, go to this timestamp, because I don't blame you. Alright. Yes, I know. The first animal companions come from basically the dwarf section of the Shining Kingdoms book. The many subterranean passages under the 5 Kings Mountains are home to a wide array of creatures that some dwarves have domesticated as companions. Cragstone Bear. Uncommon. Your companion is a 4-legged cave ursine whose diet includes mineral-rich cave water that causes plates of rock to grow over its fur. Playful and energetic, the Cragstone Bear tends to have a personality more like a loyal dog than a grizzly, but with its rocky hide, its romping can be more forceful than intended. It's a freaking rock bear good boy puppy. That's adorable. I want one. It's small. That's weird. Okay, whatever. It's still a bear that's covered in rocks. That's like, could it be more badass? It's just awesome. All right, anyway. It has standard stuff like melee slam, melee claw. Slam is 1d8 bludgeoning. The claw is agile, 1d6 slashing. The stats are strength 3, dex 1, con 3, int -4, wisdom 1, charisma 0. Hit points 8, skill survival, senses dark vision, tremor sense, and precise 20 feet, which is awesome and fun because it's an earthy bear. Speed 35 feet, good. Support benefit. Your Cragstone Bear eagerly defends you. Until the start of your next turn, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your AC if your Cragstone Bear is adjacent to you. If your bear is nimble or savage, increase the bonus to +2. That's neat, because it blocks your body with its rocky plates. Nice. Advanced maneuver, rolling charge. Rolling charge, 2 actions. The Cragstone Bear tucks itself into a ball, like Sonic the Hedgehog, and strides twice in a straight line. It can make a slam strike against one creature it's adjacent to at any point during this movement. Any point. If the strike is a critical hit, the target is also knocked prone. This is freaking awesome. I want this bear as a pet. No offense, Loot. I love you guys, but bear with rock plates. Right? Yeah, they agree. They'd want the bear too. Like, in addition to them, though. Alright, next one is a giant rock Tuatara. The picture of the creature is on your screen right now. It's the lizard, rocky lizard thingy. It looks like there's parchment bolted to its back. Alright. Giant rock Tuatara. Uncommon. Your companion is a much larger cousin of the common rock Tuatara. Tuatara? I'm not going to say that again. Tuatara. Up to 6 feet long and 4 feet tall. Their milky white third eye, spiny backs, and knobby club tails make them look far fiercer than they typically are. Where's the third eye? I don't see a third eye. That's weird. Size medium, melee 1 action tail slam, damage 1d8 bludgeoning, melee 1 action bite, damage 1d6 piercing. Strength 3, dex 2, con 2, intelligence -4, wisdom 1, charisma 0, hit points 8, skill intimidation. Cool. Senses, dark vision, scent, imprecise 30 feet. Always useful. Speed 25 feet. Bleh, I want the bear. But, like, I guess it's something that you could ride if you're small. Support benefit. Your giant rock Tuatara trips up your enemies when you create an opening. Until the start of your next turn, your strikes that deal damage to a creature within your giant rock Tuatara's reach make the target clumsy 1 until the end of your next turn. Okay. That's cool. Because you can make multiple targets clumsy. Stop it with the thing. Loot doesn't care where he lays. He's fine if it's on a keyboard. Because you can make multiple targets clumsy in one turn. That's neat. Yeah, and they don't get a save. That's cool. Advanced maneuver, tail, escape. 1 action. Frequency once per 10 minutes. Requirements. The giant rock Tuatara is grabbed or restrained. Okay. The giant rock Tuatara detaches its tail to free itself from an enemy's grip. It automatically escapes and can step. That's neat. It then can't use its tail slam strike until it can regenerate its tail, which takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Or an application of healing magic that restores hit points. Holy crap. Can you imagine the sound of rock growing back over 10 minutes? I mean, this thing is, what did it say, up to 6 feet long? Yeah. And like a third of that is tail. So like 2 feet of tail in 10 minutes. I think you just keep hearing for 10 minutes. Anyway, that's fun. Now we skip to the companions and Galt. There's a bunch of undead all over Galt. And other creepy shit. Companions. Galt is home to a number of creatures and entities found nowhere else on Golarion, some of which might be available to player characters as companions. These creatures function as animal companions in most respects, although the GM is strongly encouraged to limit their availability to characters, meeting specific story requirements. A player character can have only one companion of any kind at a time. Okay, I don't know why it specified that. Like, yeah. Unless you're Beastmaster or something. Grey Bladeling. It has both construct and undead traits. Neat. It's rare. Access, you're from Galt. Your companion is a vaguely humanoid construct composed of razor-sharp blades and animated by an amalgamation of restless soul fragments similar to a miniature Grey Death. Although it possesses no identity or memories from the souls it contains, it's driven by a powerful but unfocused hate that its master must sometimes struggle to control. There's a picture of the Grey Bladeling on your screen. Yeah, it's mostly just weapons, daggers, swords. That's what it is. Size small, melee, 1-action blade. Go figure. It has agile and finesse, damage 1d8 slashing, strength +2, dex +1, con 2, intelligence -4, wisdom 0, charisma 1. Hit points 10 with void healing. Skills, athletics, senses, dark vision, and life sense in precise 30 feet. Life sense is awesome. Speed 20 feet. Oh, okay, fine. You had to give up something for cool stuff. Special, a Grey Bladeling has the construct and undead traits instead of the animal trait. It has immunity to bleed, death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, and sickened. This is so awesome. I love this thing. Unlike most undead, it becomes unconscious and dying rather than being destroyed instantly at 0 hit points. Unlike most constructs, its hit points can be restored by only void healing instead of any other actions that restore hit points to objects or non-living creatures. Okay, fine. They just streamlined it. I prefer it could do either, but whatever. Support benefit. The Grey Bladeling slashes viciously at your enemy when you create an opening. Until the start of your next turn, each time you hit a creature in the Bladeling's reach with a strike, the creature takes 1d4 persistent bleed damage or becomes frightened 1 if it's already taking persistent bleed damage. If the Grey Bladeling is specialized, the persistent bleed damage increases to 1d8. This is so cool. We need Death Knights with this pet. It's necessary. It is a moral imperative. Advanced maneuver, Possessing Strike. Possessing Strike. 2 actions. It has the traits Curse, Occult, and Mental. Frequency once per hour. Your Grey Bladeling attempts to inject a malevolent soul fragment into a victim to seize control of their actions. The Grey Bladeling makes a blade strike against a living creature. If it hits and deals damage, the target must attempt a will saving throw against your class DC or spell DC, whichever is higher. Regardless of the result, the target is temporarily immune to Possessing Strike for 24 hours. Critical success, the target is unaffected, obviously, because that's always the case in critical success. Success, the target fights off the possessing soul fragment, but is stunned 1. That by itself is awesome. On a success, they're stunned. Fuck yes. You basically gave up an action to make them lose an action. Awesome. Failure, the target is confused for 1 round and can't use offensive actions against you or your Grey Bladeling. That's awesome. Critical failure as failure, but if the target takes damage from an attack or spell, the DC of the flat check to recover from the confusion is 15, which is 5 harder, so that's cool. Yes, hello. I love you. This thing belongs on a martial that has undead overtones like a freaking Death Knight. Next companion, Severed Head. Has the traits Uncommon and Undead. Weird. Your companion is an undead severed head. I don't know why they wanted to say that. Like, obviously, it's... Whatever. Your companion is an undead severed head. It seems like a needless sentence. The Red Revolution left countless mass graves across Galt, filled with the beheaded corpses of those executed by the Final Blades. Most of the victims' heads were unceremoniously dumped alongside their bodies, but many were snatched up by unscrupulous necromancers. Is there any other kind? Who found them to be a convenient and unfortunately plentiful raw material for the creation of simple undead minions. Size small, melee, jaws attack, 1 action, finesse, damage 1d6 piercing, strength +2, dex 1, con 3, intelligence -5. Wisdom 0, Charisma 0. Hit points 4. Void healing. Skill none, because it's mindless. Senses, dark vision, speed 15 feet. Fly 25 feet. Yes. Special, a severed... Oh god, this is so awesome. A Varg Wool could be this kind. Like the red bat-winged flying head from old D&D. A severed head has the undead trait instead of the animal trait, granting it void healing and immunity to death effects, disease, and poison. So awesome. It's also mindless. Pathfinder Book of the Dead 37. They need to remaster the Book of the Dead. I just want more Book of the Dead stuff. I'm sorry. You're itchy. Support benefit. The head latches onto your enemy with its jaws when you create an opening, distracting them and hampering their movement. The next creature within range of your severed head that you successfully strike before the start of your next turn takes a -5 foot status penalty to its speeds and must succeed a DC 5 flat check to use reactions triggered by your actions until the start of your next turn. On a failure, the reaction is lost. Okay, so this is really best if you're a caster. And it's just awesome if you're... This is fucking badass too. This is like the Stone Bear and the Undead Flying Head. I want both of them. Oh, I don't care. I want both of them. I'll take the Undead Master Archetype. I'll do it. Oh, that's awesome. Advanced Maneuver Nash. Let's see what Nash does. 1 action. Requirements. The severed head's last action was a successful Jaws strike. Your severed head violently shakes itself back and forth. I'm sorry, I'm picturing this. This is silly. Your severed head violently shakes itself back and forth, trying to tear away a mouthful of flesh. It makes another Jaws strike against the same target. If the strike hits, it deals 1d6 persistent bleed damage in addition to its usual damage. That makes sense. Cool. It's a useful ability. It's not fancy, it's just useful. And for those of you who are Dungeon Crawler Carl fans, Samantha. We have a Samantha now. That's awesome. A Samantha on the team of the good guys. Loot's laying on my arm now. I can't move. Could someone else change the page? And now the familiar. Okay, so back to the dwarven area. No cat hair and coffee! No! Specific familiars. The inquisitive dwarves of Tar Kazmuk have pioneered some unique and interesting familiars. Grindle-Drake. I was so happy that this is here. Okay, Grindle grubs have been an essential, if unglamorous, part of the Five Kings Mountains food system for millennia, playing an especially important role in populous cities where enormous pits of them break down all organic waste. In these pits, the large white grubs eat voraciously, breed quickly, and provide a ready source of protein up and down the food chain. The Grindle grubs within the Five Kings Mountains were especially bred millennia ago to enhance their size and other favorable traits. This domesticated breed of Grindle grub, I keep wanting to say Grindle grub, evolved to grow to enormous sizes and eventually metamorphosize into nigh useless large black flies too heavy to fly. Ew. Ew. Yeah, here's your new pet, kids. Knowledge of the origins of Grindle grubs and their original forms was lost to time, as the creature's usefulness in their modified state proved invaluable to all settlements in the region. Centuries ago, Elivsak Targan, a young scholar at the Tar Kazmuk Arcane Library, undertook a deep study of Grindle grubs, encouraging their metamorphosis under conditions both magical and mundane in an attempt to recreate the Grindle grubs of old. With the right combination of arcane energy and a sulfurous stream vent for incubation, Elivsak succeeded in bringing back the scaly, foot-long creatures with bright orange and red hues, as well as 6 legs, pointy tails, and sharp beaks. Yes, there's a picture on the screen. Naming these creatures Grindle-Drakes, Elivsak provoked controversy with her discovery. What? He doesn't like Grindle-Drakes. Elivsak provoked controversy with her discovery, from those who insist that these creatures aren't related to drakes, to those who insist that they aren't metamorphosed Grindle grubs. To this day, Grindle-Drakes are bred in Tar Kazmuk and sometimes gifted to friends of the Blue Warders. It basically just looks like a flying insect lizard. Okay, so Grindle-Drake. Rare. Access. You're from the Five Kings Mountains. Required number of abilities, 4. Granted abilities, Dark Vision, skilled in perception and survival, which is great. Touch Telepathy, which is really just fun for role-playing. But it's still fun for role-playing. Forage, 2 actions, Concentrate, Manipulate, frequency once per 10 minutes. Effect, a Grindle-Drake is adept at finding sustenance for itself in almost any environment. The Grindle-Drake recovers a number of hit points equal to half your level. Cool. So it can just, like, eat random things that it finds and heal itself. Neat. Even in the middle of combat. Just 'cause. That's weird and really cool. Sure and Steady. 2 actions, Concentrate, Detection, Primal. When placing all 6 legs on any ground or on stone flooring, a Grindle-Drake can extract knowledge about the surface under its feet in a 10-foot emanation in all directions. This knowledge can include whether the ground is enchanted, hollow, treacherous, or otherwise different than it appears. The Grindle-Drake can then communicate this information through touch telepathy. This is awesome! This is so awesome! And will probably really annoy your GM, and that's fine. It has wings, but it doesn't get flying. I guess that's how it'll look if you give it flying, because it has wings, it just doesn't use them? I like that tail. Look at that thing. That looks like a stinger. Anyway, that's what I wanted to get to today, but I freaking love the undead companions. Man. I want a flying undead head. Like everyone does. You know, it's just common. I know, everybody wants one. Maybe I'll get one for Christmas. Or for my birthday. This is what I wanted to talk about most out of the Shining Kingdoms book. The undead pets and the new familiar. Because I freaking love familiars. Love familiars! And why wouldn't you? They're awesome, aren't they? Yes. This familiar's name is Gast. He lives off of head pets and doesn't want to eat anything. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. And I appreciate anything you do to help this channel. If you're a patron, thank you for your support. If you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff, that helps a lot as well. And once we hit 3,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway for the whole channel, the whole YouTube community. It's not just Discord or patrons. For 80mm liquid core chunk D20. I'm sorry, it's so pretty. It's like the crystalline entity inside. It's freakish. You know what I mean, Trekkies. You know. If you want to see any of my other Shining Kingdoms videos, here. If you want to see any Archetype videos, here. Okay, thank you. See you there. It's a